So, I rewatched Terminator. I still have the third and fourth review up, but I did not like my reviews of the first two movies. So, here I am rewatching the first two movies, and Terminator 1 is still really good. Still love it. There are some newer things that I noticed, like the black cop and the one white cop. I don't remember their names. Um, They had a very funny dynamic where the black dude did not take the white dude seriously at all. So every scene those two are in together, he interrupts him. Doesn't matter what he's talking about, he interrupts him. The black cop's trying to help Sarah, not think that the robot dude is a robot. So he's like, well, they could have had, these things that cops wear, like bulletproof vest type shit. And the other white cop tries to help her by saying, well, when he punched through the window, he was probably on some type of painkillers and he won't feel the broken bones for hours. And then he tries to tell a story about, him experiencing a guy do something like that. And of course, the black cop just interrupts him. It happens so many times throughout the movie, but that was my favorite one. There's also, one character that gets killed simply because the robot's too fucking stupid to not realize that there's people that have roommates. Because Sarah Connor lives with a roommate named Ginger. And she leaves the apartment. It's just Ginger and her boyfriend Mark. And the Terminator comes to kill Sarah. And he kills her. And he kills Mark. The only reason I thought this was dumb was because obviously, why wouldn't a robot know about fucking roommates? And, two, the first person he kills, the first Sarah Connor he kills, he makes sure she's Sarah Connor. He knocks on the door and he's like, are you Sarah Connor? And then he opens the door more and kills her. He asks, so what's the difference here? Why didn't he knock on the door and ask who she was this time? They also make a bit of a statement to prove that dogs are, a big deal and help a lot in the future. Like, they help identify Terminators and shit. I don't remember them being a big deal in Terminator 3 and 4. So maybe they just got so advanced, dogs aren't useful anymore. I'm not sure about Judgment Day, the sequel, though. It's weird seeing how important dogs are in this movie, but I don't even remember dogs simply being in the other movies. Also realizing something, rewatching it, is basically the person that saves the future, John Connor that's supposed to help save the future, is basically made from a one-night stand. Not from a loving family or anything. Just two people that started to love each other because of a dangerous situation. They had sex once and then he dies a few hours later. It's basically just a one-night stand. Though I did think it was weird that she said she only knew him for a few hours. Because it had to at least be a few days. She met him when it was dark in a club. Then later they go to sleep under a bridge. Then later they buy a motel and they sleep there too. So it's gotta be at least a few days. And then when he's killed, it's dark again. He's killed during some dark shootout near the end of the movie. So it's gotta be 3 or 4 days. Not no damn few hours. She didn't know Kyle for no few hours. The fuck are you talking about? I do think that's so stupid that they wrote it like that. But this movie's still, super iconic. It's still a really good movie. Just that one line near the end of the movie was kind of dumb. Because just in universe, they slept twice at night. So that's at least 2 days, not no 3 hours. But it most likely was 3 days, maybe 4. They definitely knew each other for quite a bit. Obviously not that long, but still quite a bit. Arnold Schwarzenegger gets his eyebrows is what I meant to say, like taken off early in the movie. So he has no eyebrows throughout the entire movie. And he honestly doesn't look that bad without any eyebrows. And he looks kind of weird at first, but after a while, you just kind of get used to it. He also makes, he doesn't really kill anybody unless they're in the way. It's something they clearly show throughout the movie, but for some reason, I guess they don't care about that. Like all the cops that he kills in the building, he only kills them because they shoot first. They shoot at him, he shoots back. He kind of just walks past them and doesn't care about them unless they get in his way. So of course all the cops get in his way, so they all die. But still, he doesn't kill them unless they attack him first, or if they're in the way of his target. So, when Reese gets injured and he wants left behind, I really don't care because I honestly don't think he would kill Reese unless Reese fucking tried to, I don't know, punch his ankle when he walked by him. Because he really is only there, like Kyle said in the movie, to kill Sarah. So unless he's in the way, he's not going to kill her. Because the only reason he killed some innocent civilians earlier in the movie, he killed some people at the club, was because Sarah was running away with them. They got killed and they landed on top of her because they were in the way. So he really only killed people that were in the way or that were necessary. Like those punks in the beginning of the movie when he needed clothes. Which I wish it would have said why the robot wanted clothes. It's not really like he wanted to blend in or anything. Obviously, movie-wise, it would be weird to have a person hanging dong throughout the entire movie. But I think he could just go around and kill Sarah Connor naked. Wouldn't really matter. But yeah, he kills at least one of them. He puts his whole arm through his chest. Because they try and threaten him with a knife. He also uses an Uzi in this movie, which I completely forgot about. Which is pretty cool to see. Honestly, it's a really good movie. I just definitely didn't care for that few hours line. Because it made 0 sense. And they do connect for some reason. Because confusing time travel shit. Apparently some random Spanish kid that took her picture is the picture that Kyle has in the future or whatever. It's weird. And yeah, that's really about it. It's a pretty good start to a pretty good franchise. I've actually seen 5 movies. I'm pretty sure 4 sucked. I'm pretty sure that's the one I'm thinking of. So let's look at that real quick. Yeah, I liked Rise of the Machines. Terminator Salvation was boring as fuck. Terminator Genesis wasn't that bad, but it wasn't very good either. It's pretty boring. Dark Fate's the only one I haven't seen. But Terminator 1 and 2, I have to re-review, and I guess that's really about it. I think I've talked about everything I wanted to talk about. Probably the funniest scene in the movie. Probably definitely not, anything original. Unlike most people, but I have the same opinion. I think the funniest scene in the movie is probably when The cop won't let him in because Sarah needs to take her statement. He's not taking the hint because he's a robot. And, a normal human would just argue and be like, hey, that's my friend, I want to see her. But he's a robot. Doesn't really have patience, doesn't have social cues. So he says, I'll be back. And he definitely means it. He rams the car through the building. And then that's when we get the whole police shootout thing. And yeah, that's about it.